What's up, Block fam? Standing in the middle of a big empty lot, but right behind me is something super special. All right, guys, this is Harley-Davidson's headquarters on Juneau Ave. You've got the museum, which I have been to, but I've never been to this location. And honestly, it just kind of, I kind of got goosebumps. It's pretty crazy. So we're actually here with a friend named Paul who works for Harley-Davidson, and he's going to be getting a couple bikes that we're going to be doing videos on. You guys will probably see this one afterwards. But dude, like the famous water tower and the buildings and like the famous entrance. This Harley-Davidson factory site has been listed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. There you go. That's awesome. Pretty nuts to be down here. The fact that this is where my journey started with motorcycles. It's where many people's journey starts with motorcycles. So to be standing in front of like the original factory, super badass. Is this it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where do you want me to put it? Up front? You want to stand up on it?
Sure. That's Harley-Davidson's new offering, the El Diablo, which is pretty neat. It's funny because we were totally thinking about doing the Harley-Davidson Low Rider ST that we're giving away in a similar red, but they've, man, killed it in terms of the detail, just from what I could see. Sitting in front of me is their brand new offering for the Harley-Davidson Low Rider ST El Diablo. If you guys haven't seen the video where we basically did like a reveal of it, definitely be sure to go check out that video, but we're going to be doing a ride as well. So might as well get a ride out of it. But man, this is my first time actually seeing it, and it is just freaking beautiful, which is really funny. So for those of you that don't know, we are giving away a 2022 Harley-Davidson Low Rider ST. We were going to go red and black. Now Harley-Davidson has gone red, and we were talking about going a darker red than this. Maybe we'll still do red. Wanted to do something cool with it. Oh, what the heck? Am I the only one on the El Diablo today?
So we're going to ride about probably 25 miles, 15, 20 miles of freeway. Okay. And then we'll go on some back roads.
Cool. I feel bad, like, I'm the only one riding this one? This is your bike?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think it's just totally crazy. There's so many thoughts. Totally crazy. The fact that, like, I get to be here for one, that Harley-Davidson has invited me, like, I greatly appreciate it. Big thanks to Harley-Davidson for the opportunity, as always. It's just pretty wild. Like, you know, I've worked with Harley-Davidson for a little bit in terms of like actually working with corporate and like them inviting us to, well, I say us, just like Blockhead in general, but I guess, you know, inviting me to press rides and whatnot for, you know, the Sportster S, or doing stuff with the Pan America and Surgis, and like I've definitely had lots of opportunity with Harley-Davidson, which I'm incredibly grateful for. But what's crazy is like being able to collaborate with Harley-Davidson and then coming to what they call the mothership, you know. So this is basically like their home turf. It's where it all began, where it all started, the historic factory. And then, you know, we're going to the museum and we're going to be doing lunch there later. And, you know, while I have been up here before, but briefly, it's kind of crazy to think that like it's this whole other thing that like whenever I first started working on my motorcycle, I just really enjoyed the look of a Harley-Davidson Iron 883. I bought one used on Facebook Marketplace, or was it Craigslist at the time? I don't know, man. That was like 2016. Since I had worked on and like tinkered with like cars previously, whenever I had this Harley, I was like, okay, I didn't even know there was like such an aftermarket scene for motorcycles. And then once I did have that realization, it was like, damn, there's so much that you can do with these things. And that just opened up kind of the floodgates, and, you know, it got started slowly where, you know, I was making how-to videos for the Harley Iron 883. Woo, 12 miles on this thing. It's just insane what like consistency and hard work can accomplish whenever you're just in it, you know, and that you've got a passion for it. Like if you would have talked to me 6 years ago and said, yo, you starting this, like it's gonna lead you to like just some incredible opportunities and, you know, partnerships and friendships and, man, just like this whole like community I'm in such a spot right now mentally of like gratefulness that like I feel like I'm even tripping over my own words. But like, come on, Blockhead, get it together, articulate what you're feeling. So yeah, like if you would have told me 6 years ago buying that used Harley-Davidson Iron 883 that we would be where we are today, I would not believe you. I would be like, yeah, right. Dude, at the time, just to give y'all perspective, I was just graduating college with a degree in design and web development with a specialization in interactive design. And I had always loved cars since like the moment I had one. Like, you know, I was just really into motorsports. I really enjoyed design as well, but I never thought that I would be able to combine them. Not only to combine them, but to get the opportunities that we have because of, you know, just having a passion for being able to, I don't know, ride motorcycles, wrench on motorcycles, customize, make them your own, but also like try to give back to a community, spread like knowledge and understanding of, you know, these machines, whether it's, you know, from maintaining them, riding them, customizing them. Whenever I started making videos on this stuff, it's kind of crazy where it led. 6 years ago, you could have told me, yeah, you're gonna get invited by Harley-Davidson to their headquarters to ride like a limited edition icon bike, that you'd be giving away Harley-Davidsons, that you'd be giving away like up to 10 motorcycles. I never would have believed you. Like I was saying, at that time, see, I'm all over the place, I'm sorry guys, but at that time, that I was just graduating college, I was actually hired by this firm. It's like Fortune 500, massive company, you know, did designs for, dude, so many like huge companies, Coca-Cola, Pirelli, eBay, Walmart, like got a lot of experience under my belt, you know. And despite like having like some really good experiences and like it looking really great on the resume, I was at a junior level, and so I got hired on at a junior level and I was getting paid as a junior level. And so at the time, whenever I bought that used Harley-Davidson, I want to say I bought it for like $5,000, Iron 883, used, 2013, wasn't beat up, great condition, previous owner took really good care of it. It's funny, I'm still friends with him on Instagram. It's crazy because like in my head I think of like going to meet up with this guy. It was in a Target parking lot in East Orlando over by UCF, and we met up. You know, I looked over the bike, I had no idea what I was doing, I had no idea what I was looking at. Made the deal, but I couldn't ride at the time. I didn't have my endorsement, and so I was basically setting it up to where whenever I did get my endorsement, I could basically buy the bike. And so what I did is I had him take the bike to a local Harley dealership, and I had an inspection done. And so I think it was like $100, you know, just to go through it, make sure the inspection's all good, make sure it's getting good compression and that there's no issues with the electrical system and all that. So heads up for all of you that are out there maybe thinking about buying used Harley, you can have Harley-Davidson actually inspect the bike. I think it's like $100, I want to say, and they basically go through it. It's like a pre-buyer inspection or something like that. So he had that inspection done, and then like, you know, I wanted the bike, and I was making more money than I was at my previous job. Dude, I was living like at poverty level. It's crazy. It's crazy to think. Like after I graduated college, got a job, you know, rent wasn't as insane as it is now in most places, but rent was still pretty high. And you know, I remember my landlord would like up my rent, and I would just be like, dude, like where is this extra money gonna come from? Like I'm gonna have to like sell some shit. And so, you know, like I did end up selling stuff. Actually, in order to pay off my Iron 883 early, I sold a Pew Pew that was setting in my safe that I didn't really use that much, but because of working at a Pew Pew range previously, I got a discount on it, and so I was actually able to flip that. You know, I think I had it for like a year or so, and you know, it's just like, man, it's just sitting there and it's a lot of money and I don't really use it. So I ended up selling it and paid off my Iron 883 early. I paid off that Iron 883 in less than a year. Now that's one of those sources of whenever I talked about that in a previous video way back when I first started the channel, a lot of people like criticized that. You know, they were saying like you shouldn't have bought the motorcycle if you can't pay for it, you know, because I did take a personal loan out for it. Now I had the money to pay for it, but I know that money better served me like liquid, you know, in my account so I could use it if I wanted to, versus taking that large chunk and putting it into a motorcycle. And so I decided to take a loan and continue to like build my credit, you know, because, you know, it's building a good credit score. And so, yeah, I took a personal loan for it, and it was actually like an unsecured loan because I had good credit already. And if you guys don't know what an unsecured loan is, it's basically like the lender trusts that you're going to spend the money on what you say you're going to spend it on. They just give you the money, and you say that you're going to pay them like a certain amount per month. And there's that trust there. Obviously, you sign the paperwork and all this stuff, but they don't take a lien out on whatever you're buying. They literally just hand you the money. And so that's what happened. I took out an unsecured loan. I gave the seller cash. He gave me the title. I signed the title over to my name, got it registered up and all that stuff, and boom. Harley-Davidson Iron 883 acquired. This was after purchasing, after going through the course, you know, purchasing the course and all that stuff. I think it was like 200 bucks or whatever. And I laugh because I remember the first picture that I ever got on the bike whenever I got it. It was before pulling out of the lot at the Harley dealership and onto the road. And I had no idea about helmets. I had no idea. I ended up purchasing this like half helmet, and it looked totally goofy. It was very like mushroom head, like toadstool, you know, just looked ridiculous. The first picture on that, you know, I think I'm wearing like, you know, gear, boots, pants, sitting on the bike, wearing that helmet, and then some sunglasses. That was the start. That was the very start. Funny to me, like, to look back on that and like to think about how little I knew about motorcycles, about gear, dude, just about everything in the industry. And then fast forward 6 years, and we've got our own shop, and we're giving away motorcycles, and I'm working with, you know, manufacturers. Like I said, Harley-Davidson has invited me up here. We're riding the El Diablo before it's released, and I'm getting to basically like film this content and feel incredibly grateful because of you guys, you know. It's like, obviously, like, I put a lot of hard work, and my team, and, you know, we put a lot of hard work into creating quality content. And if we created that content and you guys didn't watch it, you know, it wouldn't be a thing, and we wouldn't get the invitations that we do. And so it's a joint effort, it's a collaborative effort, but it's thanks to you guys, you know. Like, if you didn't watch, it wouldn't be a thing. If you didn't subscribe, it wouldn't be a thing. If you didn't sign up for our website, you know, for our motorcycle giveaways and early access and discounts on merch and all that stuff, like, it wouldn't be a thing. And so there's like so many things that like happened or fall in line that have made this a thing. And I don't know, man, sitting in front of Juneau Ave, the historic factory, it just hit me. Honestly, kind of got choked up a bit being there. And so I thought I would try to like put that feeling into words and talk about it while riding this bike. It's insane how, you know, my very first video talking about is motovlogging weird has ended up leading to what it has led to. And man, it's funny, like, I feel like I'm always saying there's more to come, there's more to come. We're just getting started. Man, like, we got started 6 years ago and we're still getting started. The plans that we have coming up, the stuff that we've got to offer and to give back to the community, and, you know, that's one of those big things, is I want to be able to like create something that is going to provide value for the community. It's been one of the underlying recurring threads of Blockhead Moto. It's been one of my goals just in life. It's like leaving legacy, and I want to be able to leave legacy. And how do you leave a legacy? It's like you give back, or have children. Well, I don't have children yet. I do want children, but we're not there yet. So in the meantime, I'll try to build something for everybody else. Man, the weather here is amazing. Like in Florida right now, it's insane hot. I'm sure you guys have noticed I've definitely cut down on moto vlogging quite a bit because it's so hot outside. You know, we're talking like, usually the temperature range like mid 90s, but the heat index is closer to like low 100s, and that's just miserable to be riding in. It's one of those like things that you have to consider, like the heat actually getting to you, heat exhaustion and heat stroke. It's a real thing right now down in Florida. I talked to somebody this morning on the phone, and it's one of the companies that we work with, and the guy that I talked to, he's a big fan of the channel. And what's interesting is, like, whenever he became a fan of the channel. Like he was basically in charge of marketing for his company, Saddleman. So, you know, we work really closely with Saddleman, especially like for our custom builds and stuff like that. Like we work pretty closely with them for custom seats. And so the guy, he had a couple questions, and so I called and talked to him this morning and basically answered a couple questions about this custom seat that we're designing. One of the things he was like talking about, you know, over in California, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm in Milwaukee right now, I'm at the Mothership. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. He was like, man, I really wanted for you to come out to Sturgis, because like they had this big Sturgis party. I wanted to be there, but like schedule unfortunately did not permit. Side note, this thing handles amazing and accelerates amazing. But yeah, I really wanted to be out in Sturgis, but like schedule wise, unfortunately I wasn't able to make it. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, like we're actually having this event in October, you should come out. And he was like, oh yeah, for sure, well send me over the details. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, man, like I'll send you over the details. I'll have Anna basically send it to you, because you know I'm not at a computer right now, you know, it's like she'll be able to hopefully grab it and send your way. And he just like got super excited, and he's like, look at you, bro. He's like, you're having like, you know, your operations manager send me details about an event that you guys are throwing for your brand new shop. He's like, who are you? He's like, a couple years ago you were just a guy like recording motorcycles. And I'm like, dude, I know, it's f***ing crazy. Look at this shit. It was like Farmland USA right here. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. It really like helped to put it into perspective. He's like, you know, you were just a guy filming motorcycles not too long ago. And I'm like, dude, I'm still filming motorcycles. Nothing has changed. I'm doing the exact same shit. What's interesting about like whenever he started watching the channel, and like he came across the channel and he was like, you know, who the hell is gonna watch some guy talk to himself while riding a motorcycle for, you know, 20 minutes. He said he played one video and he watched through the whole thing. And he's like, and now I watch every single video. And so it's just so funny, like that he was, you know, he didn't really know about motovlogging, I guess, in general, and you know how he was skeptical, and then he ends up watching and, you know, really enjoying it. Big shout out, Buster, appreciate you, man. All right guys, well I guess that's my sentimental video for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do me a favor, like this gives me a lot of insight, but what initially made you guys come across the channel? I know a lot of people end up coming across the channel from the how to ride videos, and that's awesome. And you know, I do have more how to ride videos that I want to record. I've gotten a lot of requests for certain aspects, you know, riding, and so I want to further expand on some of those just in the way that I teach and that I've recorded those videos, because a lot of you guys really seem to enjoy the way that I break stuff down. You know, like I said, I do have a previous instructor experience, not with motorcycles but with pew-pews, but you know, instructor experience. It's just the ability to teach people, and so the fact that you guys have taken well to those videos is super awesome. Yeah, let me know how you came across the channel initially, like what video brought you here, and then why you stayed, why you hit the subscribe button, why you continue to keep watching, why you continue to support, because you know, watching and subscribing and hitting the like and leaving comments and signing up for the site and all that stuff, man, it probably doesn't seem like much to you guys, like for one person to do those things. But then when you have tens of thousands of people doing those things, like that's huge. You know, we've got 470,000 subscribers as of me recording this, and you know, if we get a fraction of you guys liking, commenting, subscribing, signing up for the website, grabbing a hat or a shirt or something like that, like that's huge on our end. Like that makes a massive difference. Yeah, I guess give me some insight if you could, and let me know what got you here and what makes you stay. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Be part of that Bill squad. I got a lot of requests to bring that back, so might as well bring it back, right? Till next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.